Hello to everybody, welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about some more video games. Now, as I mentioned, I was going to be getting the ball back on rolling, posting some new videos. And since it's the Halloween season, and it's time for all things spooky, scary, and even a little bit creepy, I thought we would talk about some gaming mysteries. I mean, what's better to talk about than gaming mysteries when it's the spooky season of the year, anyways. Beforehand, we talked about the most mysterious game around, plebeians, and whether or not it's true. So why not talk about something things equally mysterious? Gaming mysteries. Things that we've been puzzled by for years and years and years. We've been trying to figure out whether or not they're true or not. Next up, I'm probably going to cover some gaming lost media. What's spookier than that? Games lost time. I mean, not necessarily, but you know how it is. Anyways, yeah, I'm covering some gaming mysteries. So start. Super Mario Bros. 3 was released on February 12, 1990 for the Nintendo Entertainment System by the Nintendo Company here in North America. Now, for the game, there is a fan theory that has been around for quite a while, which states the entire game is simply just a stage play. Nothing in the game actually happened. Now, the reason for this fan theory existing, and the evidence behind it, states that, first of all, when the game starts up, we see a bunch of curtains opening and the main character coming on stage. This is the start of the stage play. Along with there are numerous objects in the game which are seen to be bolted to the background with screws, and feature shadows on them, giving more credence to the fact that it's just simply a stage play. Along with that, also there are multiple floating objects in the game which seem to have ropes attached to them going up to what would be a ceiling. And at the end of each level, you run off stage into a shadowy part of the level, which would most likely be the backstage area, which actors go once their scene is done. That this is actually confirmed to be true, that Super Mario Bros. 3 is really a stage play, as when Shigeru Miyamoto, the creator of Super Mario Bros., was asked in a 2015 interview if Super Mario Bros. 3 was really just a stage play, he said that it was. So this is one of the few mysteries in gaming which we actually have an answer to. Super Mario Bros. 3 is just a stage play. Around Super Mario Bros. 64, which was released on September 29, 1996, here in North America for the Nintendo 64. Now, up to this point, Luigi was a playable character in every single mainline Mario game. He was playable as a second player, but this one, he wasn't there. He wasn't even mentioned in the game, so people began wondering, where was Luigi? Now, in Peach's castle, in her courtyard, there's a plaque. Now, people began to theorize that that plaque said, El is real, 2417. Now, the only thing in the game which has that large of a number is the amount of coins. Now, people begin to theorize that most likely, if you collected every single coin in the game, you'd be able to unlock Luigi and be able to play as him. But the thing is, there is a 2,401 coins in Super Mario Bros. 64, which is anything close to that. And if you do collect all of them, nothing happens at all. Though the thing is, Luigi was supposed to be a playable character in Super Mario Bros. 64, though he wasn't implemented. But he is playable in the DS version of it, so that's one little thing. But no, L is real, is not real. In fact, it's just an urban legend. So, because there is no way for him to be able to playable in the game. So now on to our next urban legend, which was still about Mario. Now, for the next game, it's Luigi's Mansion. It was released for the GameCube in North America on November 18th, 2001. Now, in Luigi's attic, right after you grab the telephone, there'll be a flash of lightning. Now, when that flash of lightning strikes, you will see Luigi's shadow. But the thing is, Luigi's shadow is up at the ceiling. Now, many players believe that this meant that Luigi had hung himself due to the way the shadow is, seemingly hanging from the ceiling, as the way someone who committed suicide by hanging would have looked. But there's a likely explanation for it is that rather than being Luigi being dead the whole game, the most likely explanation is that because the camera is at an angle which isn't used to, as this is really the only point of the game where the camera is at this angle, that the camera accidentally pushed up Luigi's shadow up towards the ceiling accidentally, making it look like he was hanging from the ceiling. So, case closed, Luigi isn't dead, just a little camera mishap. Happens to the best of us, that doesn't it? Madden is a long-running video game franchise based off of the sport known as football, and is named after the sports commentator known as John Madden. The early games were actually named after him, as the first game would come out in 1988, and ever since 1980, a new John Madden game has been released. Now, up until 1999, John Madden was featured prominently on the cover, but beginning in 1999, that all changed, as ever since then, they featured a sports star on the cover of the Madden games, as the first ever person to be featured on the cover of any one of the Madden games would be for the PAL version of Madden 1999. I North America, it was just John Madden again. The PAL version of the Madden game of Madden featured member of the Green Bay Packers known as Dorsey Lees, and this began a trend known as the Madden curse. As you see, every single person who has appeared on the cover of the Madden game has soon after become injured, garnering a name. And so it believed that if you ever appear on the cover of a Madden game, you are soon to be injured while playing football. But just like many urban legends, has a logical explanation. Football is a very dangerous sport. There's a lot of concussions, people crashing into each other, people getting toppled, so it is very common for people to get injured or hurt while playing it. Most players will at some point get hurt, so it makes sense that somebody would eventually get hurt and injured. So there is no curse because they're going to get hurt anyways, because eventually they're going to get injured at some point, so it's good to know that Madden is a curse. This also wraps up our last gaming mystery for today's episode, and that's all I gotta say. Well, folks, I've just talked about some gaming mysteries. Now, yeah. So as I said, I'm going to be talking next episode. I'm going to be talking about some gaming lost media. I think gaming lost media can be equally as spooky, creepy. Just really depends on what you cover, and how you talk about it. Anything can be spooky. I don't know what I'm going to talk about next, but you know, I always plan these ideas out. Just so you know that I've been coming up with ideas since before October, planning out these episodes. What I'm going to do. We're planning on the next couple episodes over the next few days. Probably today, tomorrow. Anyways, yeah, that's all I gotta say. Bye, have a nice time.